Santosh Basu, Senior Professor at NMIMS. You have 34 years of experience in corporate India. What is this whole excitement about IFRS about?
See, Payal, we are not seeing corporate reporting is no longer a matter of compliance and communication. It's a matter of business strategy. It's a matter of reaching the market. It's a matter of reducing a cost of capital by better access to the market. And finally, it's a matter of positioning yourself in the form of more global orientation into the business, capturing all the risk and rewards in your organization. So my personal feeling is that our accounting standards is quite dated, and our convergence, which is very nicely crafted word towards international financial reporting system, would be bringing in a lot of excitement to the business world in terms of communicating with the world in one reporting language.
Okay, what do you think is in this for investors?
Investors are going to get much more analytical information with lots of transparency, lots of intellectual integrity. Ultimately, the cost of compliance will come down, cost of finance will come down. It will give in a lot of appreciation in the market. And let me tell you, the more the transparency you bring in, the more the information you bring in, the less the apprehensions of your people on your accounting and reporting and disclosure. More analytical or risk-oriented reports you give, the lesser the discount on your PE. So you get a better market value.
Okay, now that's the good side. What are the challenges that India will face while it ushers in this era of convergence?
Let me tell you, having done roughly more than 200 companies all over 20 countries of the world converting to their respective native GAAP to IFRS. Way back in 2008, I personally feel the first challenge is to come out of the fear of unknown. That is the first most important. Second most important challenge is to know your existing balance sheet, identify the gaps, and finally, having identified the gaps, understand what you need to do. At the end of the day, you are doing it for what? You are doing it for your business improvement, your better communication, reduction of the cost of capital, accessing the world market, doing better global business. So definitely, if at each any challenge is there, let us face the challenge and not challenge our challenges, limit our challenges by taking a total commitment, passion, integrity, because governance is a matter of reporting, and reporting is a matter of governance with a lot of intellectual integrity.
When we are talking about changing our mindset, do we really need little buffers like carve-outs or divergences from what the IFRS is really all about?
Let me give you an example where I have done a research paper study of Thomas Suzuki and Jaypal Jain. They are from Oxford University. They have said that accounting is no longer a matter of compliance. It's a matter of national strategy. A lot of debates are going on whether by convergence we have retained our sovereignty. Issue is not retaining sovereignty or giving up your sovereignty to others. Issue is what is your national strategy. India is talking about $20 trillion GDP. India is talking about inclusive growth. India is talking about 10% growth. For this growth, money has to come in, right? Now, India has taken a gigantic step to get into what was not there. So, in order to smoothen the process, if you have taken a few carve-outs, I think the international community should not look at it very seriously. Point two, if you find that India is a market where you can make a lot of profit out of your investments, definitely if there are a few carve-outs, you will look at the reconciliations vis-a-vis the IFRS and the carve-outs and definitely make meaning out of it. It's not that you will blindly invest in the company. Right. So if you have to invest and make return out of it, you have to look at what carve-outs are taken and whether they are legitimately taken instead of, because whatever carve-outs are taken are after a lot of discussions and negotiation with IASB, who sets the standard.
On the scale, where would you put, what number would you
So far as the corporate world is concerned, which are listed entities, I believe that I'll put them into 6 to 7. So far as non-listed or unlisted companies are concerned, I'll put them into a scale of about 4 to 5. So they have to run lots of miles faster than anybody else runs.
All right, Dr. Basu, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Payal.